Hello guys, Chris Ventomania back again with another video. Kind of going to do a pickups that I've done. Missed a couple that I forgot to show you from Christmas time. One that I got, something I got the other day from CX just online because they were dirt cheap, and I thought, why not? I'll give you my brief thoughts on the Royal Rumble. Like, did I enjoy it? Didn't I enjoy it? That kind of thing. So these two here were from Mr. Big Red 1990. Go and check out his channel. I'm sure most of you have come here from there. So he bought me TLC 2010. Obviously, a reason why I bought this one was because Kane was in the main event. So we had Kane versus Edge versus Mysterio versus Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. Natalia and Beth Phoenix versus Layco, things like that. So I don't think I've seen this one, so it's one to still watch. And then Night of Champions 2010 with Kane versus The Undertaker in the main event. So again, wonder why I got that one. Big Show versus Punk, Miz versus Daniel Bryan. So quite a few good matches on that. Kane reacts to victory. Oh, so Kane wins then? Alright. Nice to spoil that there. That's what it is. Kind of like the cover, as Chris was talking about in one of his videos. And I picked these up. I think these came to about $7.50 with postage. So I got live in the UK 2008. Crime Time and Tommy Dreamer versus John Morrison, The Miz and Jack Swagger. So you had Raw, ECW and SmackDown. Matt Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin. Maria versus Michelle McCool. Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker. So there's quite a lot of plus UK fans love the WWE as an extra. Who would have known that apparently the UK fans love the WWE. So yeah, looking forward to watching that. Got Over the Limit 2010. Big Show versus Swagger, Cena versus Batista, Orton versus Edge, R-Truth versus DiBiase. So yeah, Monday Night Raw 2010 commercials. The Most Irritating Man, Priceless, Awkward Blind Date and Compact Rental Car. Some really random extras in these. And lastly was No Mercy, or if you want to say it that way so he's sitting properly. 2008. Matt Hardy versus Mark Henry with Tony Atlas. God, if Rey Mysterio loses, he must unmask. Rey Mysterio versus Kane. Taker versus Big Show. Triple H versus Jeff Hardy. And Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. So Eve Torres interviews the Big Show apparently is a special feature. Can't wait to see that. And this was one that Mike Lacey sent me, which is a Roddy Piper book, but inside it's actually personalised to Chris Roddy Piper. So I'm actually looking forward to reading this here. Piper's obviously really good on the microphone, really good entertainer and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to flicking through this and seeing what he has to say and things, because Piper's never at one at a loss for words. So some of you may know at the time of recording this, it's Monday the 20th of January, and tomorrow I interview Jake the Snake Roberts for my podcast Wrestle Shock. If any of you have actually seen the videos I've shared to do with the fundraiser that he's doing, I'll put the link in the box below. Then he needed to get like $9,200 for shoulder surgery, and he's actually like near enough doubled that. Last time I checked, he was like 18,178 or something like that. So if you haven't donated, I would kind of advise you do. There is like some good things there. For $25 I got like the Jake Roberts, like best of unseen matches, which would be good. Or there is one to do with an upcoming documentary that he's part of, so you could also be buying that. Or if you just want to donate $10, I think your name appears in the credits of that there as well, so that's pretty neat. His videos are very emotional because obviously he's trying to get his life back on track. So yeah, I'd urge you all to check that out. A Royal Rumble obviously happened last night. Went around Alan's house, Alan, Chris and I, from about 8 o'clock to 4 in the morning. The time just went like that there. Just really good fun with those two guys. So really looking forward to WrestleMania. Obviously Haley will be added to the mix there, so it'll be even better. Haley was invited, but unfortunately she had uni the next day, so I don't think she really wanted a 4 o'clock in the morning, like to go home to then get up for like 7 o'clock. You might as well have just stayed up all night then if you're going to do that. And obviously we had some shocks, we had some things that people were very annoyed about and that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed the event. Obviously, we started off with the last man standing match. So everyone was predicting, like with it being a last man standing match, obviously the person who wins or loses, they can just about stand up on their own 2 feet. So everyone was predicting Ziggler cash in. And I've got to say that I'm loving Del Rio as a face. I think he's fantastic. He just works really, really well. Not that he doesn't whenever he's a heel, but he seemed to gravitate more to Del Rio, especially with his high flying stuff. Especially with Mysterio and Sin Cara at that time injured. Took a real nasty bump off the set of the stage, which kind of slopes up on the table. But I think that the way that he actually won that was Ricardo taping Big Show's ankles to ring ropes. I thought that was just something I'd never ever seen before, but I thought was fantastic. I thought it was really, really clever. Obviously, this I rate the Big Show, making me more irate than ever. So whether we see a rematch or whether he gets chucked in the Elimination Chamber, we see that kind of happening. But really good match and really strong way to open the show. Then we had Team Hell No versus Rhodes Scholars. Chris and Alan actually had a bet on for Team Hell No to win, and they actually won money. So I think they won like £45 or whatever, but then they bet on the Rumble, but their Rumble bet was not right. Another... unfortunately, Rhodes Scholars just can't seem to catch a break. I think a lot of people wanted the titles to switch. But Team Hell No are entertaining, and obviously with stuff that happened in the actual Royal Rumble match, it'd be interesting to see what happens then. Again, another good match. Then thereafter that, was it after that we had the Rumble match? I think we only had like 4 matches. Yeah, we had the Rumble match after that. Really, really far surpassed last year. Last year for me was probably one of the worst Rumbles that I had actually witnessed, with the amount of comedy characters that were in it. Like Mick Foley, I think Ricardo was in that one, or he was in the year before. But last year's one was just dreadful. One of the poorest Rumbles. This far surpassed that. It was one of the best Rumbles that I've actually seen. With Ziggler being number 1, and then just bring out whoever you want, and then the lights go down and it's Jericho. And I gotta admit, I don't really mark out that much, but I marked out like a total bitch. I just totally went ape crap with Jericho. I've always been a huge Jerichoholic. And just was brilliant to see him back, especially with him having the tattoos now on his arm as well, which is kind of odd. Just very, very good to see him back, and obviously those two lasted quite a bit. Obviously the return of Goldust, seeing him feuding with Cody, even seeing Cody doing the thing was pretty entertaining. It was good to see those two. Hopefully those two get booked at WrestleMania. I would love to see that, especially if we're going to see Daniel Bryan versus Kane. We saw the return of the Godfather, and then we saw the exit of the Godfather. Santino lasted a bit longer than he has in previous Rumbles. Obviously there were a lot of people were saying, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, didn't name but a few, but they obviously didn't happen. Mark Henry was battered around as well. But it was a good solid Rumble. It came down to the last 3, Sheamus, Ryback and Cena. I didn't want Cena to win. I would have preferred, Sheamus to do 2 in a row, or Ryback to win, but it is what it is. Just have to deal with it. Cena won. Fair play. Like he'll be in the main event of WrestleMania, so we kind of saw that coming. Then after that we had the main event. I don't know whether the crowd perhaps weren't really into this because of the Rumble with so many, names coming out and stuff, like they were kind of burned out for this. I don't know, but it kind of seemed a bit lackluster to me. I don't think it was as powerful as The Rock and Cena, but then they had a year-long build for this. But I don't know, there was just something off about this match. Maybe it was the fact that I was tired. Maybe whenever I watch it again, I'll have a second opinion, very much like Lewis Oldham, Lowaldo95 did, so check out his video. obviously we kind of saw the Shield interfere, and then Vince come out, restart the match. Obviously, then The Rock win the belt, and that kind of happened. So again, it is what it is. There's no point getting upset and irate about it because it's not going to change anything. We're going to see, chances are we're going to see Rock Cena 2 at WrestleMania. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's going to be for the belt. I don't care if somebody else gets added to the mix or what have you. As I said, it is what it is. They've obviously drawn big bucks, with last year being the highest grossing WrestleMania of all time. So obviously they were on the winner, so they decided to do it again. I would have preferred if they maybe spread it out and did it on 30 or 31 instead of, immediately the year after. But what can you do? There was backstage videos to do with Ziggler and Jericho, saying that he's going to be on Ziggler's case, so whether we see that. There's so many, this is the time of year where everyone's kind of predicting what's going to happen at WrestleMania. People are saying that, Jericho versus Ryback, which makes no sense at all. And there's one person missing out of the loop, which is Del Rio. If Big Show doesn't fight him, who's going to face him at WrestleMania? Will it be Randy Orton, who's a full-blown heel by then? Time will tell, but no, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Vinto316, hopefully I should have the Jake the Snake Roberts interview, if all goes according to plan, no hiccups or anything. Hopefully I should have that up tomorrow night, but I'll post it on Twitter, just let you all know. But I'm really looking forward to it. Myself and Mike Lacey, we're going to be interviewing him, so it's going to be good fun. But just pick up my thoughts on Royal Rumble, kind of pretty much echoing the sentiments of everyone. So if I've mentioned the same thing as other people, I apologise, but it's a case of, we're all wrestling fans at the end of the day. We all kind of have the same kind of sentiments with certain aspect of things, but I think I've waffled enough by now. So just thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll do a video soon on my thoughts of maybe who's inducted in the Hall of Fame tonight on Raw. So I'm looking forward to see who that is, and hopefully it'll be quite a good name. Come on, Trish or Lita. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, folks.